So the grammar that is given to you will be a context-free grammar. However, you have to satisfy one more condition, that it should be of the form SPG and it should be of the form OPG. Now, therefore, A is substituted here, and you look at the down box here. If I substitute the value of A, you get a multiple productions here. So the first value of A was substituted as plus, so you get AE plus E. The next value of A was substituted as minus, so you get E minus E. Next was multiplication, E into E. Next was division, E division E. Next was exponential, E exponential E. The remaining remaining three production remains as it is, that is open bracket, E close bracket, minus E and ID. So now the grammar becomes into an operator precedence grammar type. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just add few more people are basically pinging here. Yeah. Okay. Now, again, for an operator precedence relation, we define three precedence relation, that is greater than, less than, and equal. If people are aware of this particular relation, we move down to the generation of OPM matrix. Look at here, I have made a certain correction. Those who have not seen this particular correction, have not been mentioned of not corrected, please correct. Instead of making 12 matrices, we are going to make 13 matrices when you have to define an OPM grammar or an OPM matrix. So the matrices here are first plus, first star, which everybody knows. Last plus, last star, everybody knows about this. First term and last term, we have seen a calculation of in first term and last term. There is no change in first term and last term matrix. The new matrix that is being added here was an equal matrix. The equal matrix that is being added here, because when people have solved, many of the students have got the final OPM matrix has to be in zero entry, which obviously isn't wrong. There should be an entry into an OPM matrix. So I have just gone and checked. So we have to calculate a new matrix called as an equal matrix. The equal matrix is created in the same fashion as you have calculated your equal matrix for your SPM. So the same has to be calculated. So that is what the new matrix which is being added. We have seen how to calculate an equal precedence matrix. So the matrix which you have written, wherein an open bracket and close bracket only has been written, the name of that matrix is called as an equal precedence matrix. So blindly make a correction, those who have not downloaded those slides which you have mailed yesterday. The next remains the greater than matrix, less than matrix, and the final matrix as an OPM. So these are the elements of your first plus, first star, last plus, last star. The rule remains the same. First plus, first star, that is the first element on the right hand side will be combined, left hand side will be grouped with the first element on the right hand side. So that gives you first matrix. First plus is copy all the elements of the first matrix into first plus and apply the transitivity rule. First star is copy all the elements of first plus and apply identity matrix or add an identity matrix to the first star. So these three matrices will be generated. Similarly, for last plus, and last star, the rule to calculate last is the last element of the LHS will be grouped with the last element on the RHS, giving rise to last matrix. Similarly, last plus, which is a transitivity closure, and next one is a last star, which is nothing but a cleans closure. The next matrix which we have generated is basically a first term matrix, which was a new matrix included into an OPM calculation. The formula or the rule to define a first term matrix is the LHS is grouped with the first element of RHS if and only if it is an terminal. Bear in mind, if it is an only terminal, then it will be grouped. So we have got two elements, F goes to open bracket and F goes to I. Similarly, the same thing applies for a last term. However, in the reverse order, LHS is grouped with the last element if and only if an element of the RHS if and only if it is a terminal. So these are the two elements which we have generated, first and last term. Now the new matrix which is being added, new in the sense this matrix was there in SPM, we know how to calculate it, but this was supposed to be carried out into an OPM which we have missed in the previous lecture. So equal matrix I have written here, please kindly make the correction. Calculate using the same formula of an SPM equal matrix. Therefore now the elements of equal matrix becomes E plus, because the rule for calculation of equal remain the same. You have to scan on the right hand side, then you are supposed to look at the length of the RHS on the given production. Any RHS whose length is equal to 2 or greater than 2 will only form or only participate into equal matrix. Therefore, this based on that particular rule, we have got this equal matrix. Please write down this equal matrix if you have not got this into an OPM. So this is a new addition. Next is your precedence matrices, that is equal precedence, greater than and less than, and the final matrix OPM. So equal precedence, the formula for an equal precedence is you should have at least two terminal adjacent to each other, or you may have a non-terminal which is being enclosed between two terminals. So these two rules have to be satisfied to get an equal precedence matrix, either two terminals adjacent to each other, or either a non-terminal should be enclosed between T1 and T2. So, and when you are writing the entries should be strictly of the form terminals. So this is the way equal precedence is being calculated. Based on this, we have got an equal precedence, a single entry, open bracket, comma, close bracket, because there is a production, open bracket, E, close bracket. So E is a non-terminal, open bracket is in T1 and close bracket is in T2. So it is satisfying this rule 2, that is T1 and T2, wherein a non-terminal is enclosed between two terminals. So this is an equal precedence, but the formula, the less than formula, I guess remain the same, equal. Now remember, this is not an equal precedence matrix, it is an equal matrix. So it is equal into first star into first term. Please make corrections if you have written it wrong. If it equal indicates the equal matrix, this matrix is called as an equal precedence matrix. So do not confuse and multiply equal precedence matrix. You are supposed to multiply an equal matrix. So these are the corrections that need to be done. So this is an equal into first star into first term. Greater than, the formula of the greater than is being changed. The formula for the greater than is last star into last term. So first you will multiply last star into last term, and the output which you will be generating, or the multiplication or the product of these two, have to be then transposed. Remember that it is last star into last term multiplication, and the product or the final or the output of that matrix should be then transposed. After you get a transpose of that, then you multiply with an equal matrix. Kindly make the corrections. Please note it down into your book wherever you have done with this OPM. Please, this formula need to be corrected. Remember, this is an equal matrix. This is also an equal matrix. This is a different matrix. The name of this matrix is an equal precedence matrix. Again, the last matrix which we are generating, the 13th one, is a superimposition of greater than, less than, and this time instead of superimposition of an equal, you have to superimpose equal precedence matrix. So please change the formula of an OPM as well. It is greater than, less than, and equal precedence. I have put them into bold. Please copy that formula or take a photocopy or take a photo or whatever is comfortable to you, but please make those corrections. So this is your OPM matrix. I think only one student have submitted the output after posting this particular slide. Please try to solve these examples. So the final output of an OPM matrix will look like this. So as I have told you, an OPM matrix is basically concentrating on your operator. So if you look, when you superimpose this, you will get this kind of a matrix. So this is basically, if you look at this particular matrix, only this particular part or this particular quadrant consists of the actual operators. So I have taken that particular quadrant and highlighted here. So this is basically your OPM matrix. So when you will superimpose, you will get this big matrix. However, OPM matrix is only an operator matrix. So I have taken this particular quadrant of your entire matrix, or this particular location of your OPM matrix, and I have highlighted. So the final matrix looks like this. Now, if you look at this particular symbol specifically, this is an equal symbol, equal precedence symbol. ये equal precedence symbol है, और बाकी आपके greater than or less than symbols है. So this will the output which one have to be generated, or one should get when they apply all these particular formulas properly. So this is the output. So when you will be doing your practical, I want this particular output that will be generated once you start multiplying these matrices. So this is the output. So I think only one student have solved or posted it. So that student can check whether that particular matrix which she has generated is correct or wrong. Rest of the student, please solve it. Unless and until you will solve, you will not be able to get the correct solution. Is that clear? Is the slide everything visible? Is the correction correct, clear to you? Shall we go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, based on this, I have given you another example. This was an example that we have started. So this was the example which we have solved in the lecture. So this was an example. We have done this particular example. We have seen how the parsing has to be done. I have shown you the precedence parsing table. Then instead of calculating all the 13 matrices, we have seen how in a different way, or how an OPM matrix can also be calculated without calculating the 13 matrices. Remember, the 13 matrices which you have calculated is a part of your practical session. Now, if that particular, in case if that OPM matrix is not being given to you, you still can make an OPM matrix. And in the last lecture, I have taught you how to generate this OPM matrix. So we have generated this OPM matrix, and then based on that, we have seen the parsing on the string. So this was the parsing which we have done. This was the example which was being solved. Now remember, here we have used a delimit start limiter dollar and an end delimiter as again a dollar. Look at the last part. The point to remember here is, when you are doing a parsing as per as SPM is considered, you reach to the start symbol of the given grammar. So you reach down either to Z or E, whatever is the string that is being given to you based on the production. When you are doing an parsing using an OPM, the string that you remain is, there should not be any string enclosed between the start limiter and the end delimiter. So remember the point of difference here. But you should know that how the parsing has to be executed. So you should not be confused कि you should reach at E. यहाँ पे आपको E नहीं आएगा. यहाँ पे आपके string, entire string will be vanished, because what happens is, we are dealing with a matrix which only consists of an operator. We are not dealing with a matrix where a non-terminal is written. Therefore, when you do the parsing using the OPM matrix, non-terminals are not being treated. Look at this particular step. Here it was E, $E plus E into E and dollar. So we do not have any relation between $E, E plus E, E into or into E or E dollar. Therefore, we have to eliminate this particular non-terminal, giving rise only to an operator string. So bear this in mind, that when you do an operator precedence parsing, this is a point to be remembered very clearly. Now, this is not a differentiating point. This is only for the solution part. So do not write down as a differentiating point. It deals with only this, and this has to be done. So this is the parsing which we have done. Now, I have given you this particular example. Many people have solved and have got correct answer. Those who have not solved, please do it. Unless and until you solve, you will not be able to understand the steps or not be able to do it. Now, this is the output which students, or many of them, have got. I have given the output on the screen. Please either copy it or write it down or take a photo, or whatever is comfortable to you, do it. So this is what the output matrix many of them have got. The reason why many of them have got, because they have got this string as to be unparsable. So the students who have got this string as parsable, so that means they have got this correct particular precedence matrix. So many of them have posted this solution. So this is right. So this was an homework that was being given to you. This was the third matrix that was being given to, this was, you were being asked only to make an operator precedence matrix. So this is how the matrix look like. Kindly look at, many of them have solved this particular example. So kindly check whether you are getting a correct solution or not. So please look at this. This is a solution for the third example, which I have highlighted on the screen. Please solve. Unless and until you solve, you will not be able to understand वो greater than क्यों हुआ है और वो less than क्यों हुआ है. मैंने आपको operator precedence का slide भी दिया है, वो image भी है आपके साथ. Apply the rule. It is very simple. You will get this operator matrix. So please look. Those who have solved, just check whether they are getting a correct solution later on. If not, then please make the correction. Is that clear? Is that clear? So rules related to an operator precedence matrix, where there were certain changes. I hope everything is now clear to all of you. Shall we go ahead today further? Shall we go ahead? Because we have to start with a new topic. Is that okay? Shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, the next topic which I wanted to cover in the last lecture but could not do it, which is related to an operator precedence parser only, which is called as an operator precedence function. So please start writing operator precedence function. We have to solve a graph today. We'll do a graph and calculate a graph for an operator precedence function. Now, why we require an operator precedence function? Now, look at this particular matrix. This is basically how many operators are there into this particular matrix. How many, कितने क्रॉस कितने का मैट्रिक्स है, एम एन एन का वैल्यू क्या है इसके अंदर? कैन एनीबडी रेस्पॉन्ड?
9 by 9.
9 by 9. So this is a 9 by 9 क्रॉस मैट्रिक्स. Why it is 9 by 9? क्योंकि ये जो प्रोडक्शंस यहाँ पर दिए हैं आपको, ये सारे प्रोडक्शंस में जितने भी ऑपरेटर्स है आपको सब यहाँ पे यूज करने हैं. Now, similar is the case with a simple precedence matrix as well. We have created a 7 cross 7 matrices. If that particular thing is there in your book, you can check. We have solved an example where it was in 7 cross 7 matrix. When you talk about this kind of a matrices, what happens here is we take the total number of terminals or non-terminal in case of a simple precedence matrix. In case of an operator precedence matrix, we take a total number of terminal set. Now, what happens is, if you look at very carefully, look at the grammar which is here. This grammar which is being highlighted, which was given as an example, consists of a less variety or less, the combination of terminals and non-terminal here is less. The complexity, what I mean by is, the complexity of this grammar is less compared to the complexity of this grammar, because it consists of more production, it consists of more operator. What I mean by complexity is nothing but it consists of more elements set into it. So what happens is, as the complexity of the grammar increases, the size of this matrix is also going to increase. In this example, you can see the complexity or the size of this particular matrix is a 9 cross 9 matrix. When you look at this particular grammar which you have solved as an homework, you can look at here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It is a 5 cross matrix. So what happens is, a 5 cross 5 matrix is nothing but a 10 indicating 5 rows and 5 columns which is being constructed. So when I say that whenever you are dealing with a more complex grammar, what happens to this matrices is matrices tend to increase in size. So as the matrices tend to increase in size, definitely it is going to take a lot of space which is being there, because also the second point to be remember here is, few of the elements of this matrices are always zero. So few of this, agar usme koi value store hua hai, to still you can store this huge matrices, but many of the time many of the elements tends out to become zero. So it is not feasible to just store all these matrices, because as the complexity of the grammar increases, what I mean by complexity, as a grammar become more and more rich in terms of terminals and non-terminals, the size of this particular matrix increases. Since the size of this particular matrix increases, the time execution of this particular matrix becomes more. Now, you must have done in algorithm, we have seen a time complexity and a space complexity. The time complexity is based, the space complexity and the times complexity of this particular matrices tends to become 0 n square, because आपको 5 into 5 बनाना है, तो ये मैट्रिक्स बढ़ते जाते हैं जब आप ओपीएम मैट्रिक्स बनाते हैं. Now, to eradicate that particular thing, or to eradicate this particular thing, or to minimize this particular thing, we are storing or we are making use of an operator precedence function. So why an operator precedence function is required? कि इतने सारे 13 matrices आपको हर बार स्टोर करने हैं, और 13 matrices स्टोर करने के बाद अगर वो मैट्रिक्स का ग्रामर बढ़ता है तो आपके मैट्रिक्स के कॉलम्स और साइज भी बढ़ेंगे. So we will give away with this particular matrices and we will store this matrix. Give away in the sense that we are not going to change. See, whenever you are converting from one form to another, remember the thing remain the same. You cannot change the actual solution of this particular problem. So when you look at an operator precedence function, you look at the one which I have mentioned on the slide. An operator precedence parser usually do not store an precedence table with relation, rather than you have to implement in a simple way. So rather than storing this entire particular table, we will be storing a new type called as an precedence table. The precedence table is also known as your precedence function. So we are going to generate a precedence table instead of generating a precedence matrix. So point to be remember here is, we are going to generate a precedence table instead of a precedence matrix, and that will be carrying relations, but these relations will be of the form integers. So now we will be converting those relations in the form of integers. That is, we will map the terminal symbols to integer. How to do that? Basically is using a graph theory. Is that clear? Is the idea behind that is clear? Now, the algorithm which allows you to convert this particular OPM matrix. Remember, this is an OPM. We are doing the third set of problems. We are doing the next category of problem. You can write down the heading as operator precedence function. You can also write down converting an operator precedence matrix to an operator precedence function. Bear in mind, unless and until you have an operator precedence matrix with you, you cannot convert an operator precedence function. So the point to be remembered here is कि पहले आपको operator precedence matrix बनाना है, उस मैट्रिक्स को एक फंक्शन में कन्वर्ट करना है, और जैसे ही वो फंक्शन में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा, you can give away your operator precedence matrix. Unless and until it is converted into an operator precedence function, you cannot give away your operator precedence matrix. So bear that in mind. So you require an operator precedence matrix. You can only give away your operator precedence matrix the point when it is converted into an operator precedence function. Is that clear? So write it down. You are converting an operator precedence matrix to an operator precedence function. Remember, you can also convert a simple precedence matrix to a simple precedence function, but that is not being the part which is being there into your syllabus. So I'm not teaching you, but we also can do. If time permits, later on I will show you how to convert a simple precedence matrix to a simple precedence function. That is called as SPF. This is called as OPF. Bear in mind the abbreviations which I am giving to you. OPP stands for operator precedence parser. OPM stands for operator precedence matrix. OPF stands for operator precedence function. So bear this in mind and try to solve the problem. Given whatever is given to you in question, please read it carefully and then only solve. So this is an algorithm which allows you to construct an operator precedence function based on an operator precedence matrix. So you can either write it, take a photo of this, or just copy this particular slide. But please mention these algorithms into your book, because at time in exam they will ask you to write down algorithms of converting an NDFA to DUFA, write down an algorithm for constructing an operator precedence function. Those is algorithm सिर्फ slide के लिए highlight करने के लिए नहीं है. Algorithm is also the part of your theory. That is most important, because unless and until you have an algorithm in place, you cannot do anything. So each and everything requires an algorithm. So that is a part, that is an important thing which one has to remember. So I'll sum up this particular algorithm by using a very simple statement. You can write down what basically we are supposed to do. If you look at the first step of this algorithm, you are supposed to create or draw a directed graph. So we are going to make a graph structure which will be a directed. That means there should be an arrows which is being to be drawn into that graph structure. Now that graph will consist of two nodes. I have not only two nodes hai. So it will be consisting of two nodes. That nodes will be labeled as F1, F2, F3 up to Fn. We will see what is this F means. And the second nodes will be labeled as G1, G2, G3 up to Gn. I'll tell you what this F1, F2, F3 means and G1, G2, G3 to Gn means. Once you have gone this particular graph, ये nodes आपने बनाए हैं. Nodes बनाने से graph नहीं बनता है, आपको इस nodes को connect करने हैं. Node को connect करने के लिए आपको edges बनाने हैं, which is basically you are drawing a directed graph, and line or an edge can be drawn from an F node to an G node, which is written as Fi to Gj. So if Fi का वैल्यू क्या है 1 यहाँ पर है, Gj का वैल्यू क्या है 1 है, तो F1 से आप G1 को नोड बना सकते हैं अगर आपके ऑपरेटर प्रेसिडेंस मैट्रिक्स में या तो ग्रेटर देन रिलेशन है या तो इक्वल रिलेशन है. रिमेंबर दिस इज टू कंबाइंड रिलेशन, ग्रेटर देन इक्वल. So this is a point that has to be remembered. You can draw and edge from Fi to Gj if in your OPM matrix, if you have a relation greater than or equal, F to G has to be drawn. Similarly, step 3 indicates that now you are drawing an edge. Now this time you are drawing a reverse edge. I may not call it as a reverse, but this time I am drawing an edge from G node to an F node. Remember, this is an important part. This is an important part. Your G, now you are in the third step, drawing an edge from GJ to FI if you have an less than and equal. So GJ से आप FI ड्रॉ कर सकते हो अगर आपके ओपियम मैट्रिक्स में ये रिलेशन है. FI टू GJ आप ड्रॉ कर सकते हो इफ आपके ओपियम मैट्रिक्स में ये रिलेशन है. ये ग्राफ बनाने के बाद स्टेप 1, स्टेप 2 और स्टेप 3 होने के बाद आपको प्रेसिडेंस फंक्शन के वैल्यूज या इंटीजर वैल्यूज कैलकुलेट करने हैं. इंटीजर वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करने के लिए स्टेप 4, दिस इज बेसिकली द स्टेप 4. द स्टेप 4 indicates that you have to assign a number to each node equal to the number of node accessible from that node. The number assigned to FI value of FSI and the number is assigned to GJ is the value of GSI. This particular step I'll show you when we'll start actually calculating it. Finally, you will get the constructed function that is f and g. So that will be called as an constructed function f and g, which is basically also called as an OPF, called as an operator precedence function. So this is how the algorithm talks about. The most important element of this particular algorithm is step 1, 2, and 3. Fourth will automatically follow and fifth is automatically going to follow. So first step 1, 2, and 3 should be very clear to you. Is that clear to everybody? Shall we start making an operator precedence function? I hope the book and the pen, everything is with me. We are supposed to start constructing a graph. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes. So first thing you are supposed to draw is a graph. Unless and until you have a graph, you cannot get a precedence function. So quickly copy this particular productions which are being given. It is E goes to, you can write one below the other, since because of the space I have written an oblique sign. So please write down one below the other that you will be able to understand more clearly. So you have 4 productions. E goes to E plus E, E goes to E into E, E goes to open bracket, E close bracket, and E goes to ID. Write down. Construct an operator precedence function. Before that, after writing down the production, please copy the OPM matrix, because that is also a part of an input that will be given to you. Please copy the OPM matrix. This is an OPM matrix. उसके बाद कुछ कॉपी नहीं करना है, मैं आपको बताती हूँ बाद में कैसे लिखना है सॉल्यूशन. आपको ग्रामर कॉपी करना है. ग्रामर के बाद क्विकली कॉपी दिस OPM matrix. Copy this OPM matrix which is being highlighted. I'll tell you how to draw this graph. I hope everybody must by now have done that particular matrix. Now write down the question that is being asked. Using the above production and OPM matrix, construct an operator precedence function table. Using the above production and OPM matrix, construct an operator precedence function table. I hope everybody must have written by now. Write down the solution to it. The step 1 of the solution indicates that you are supposed to first create an operator precedence graph. So solution में step 1 में आपको पहले लिखना है operator precedence graph. आप पहले ग्राफ बनाओगे और फिर सेकेंड स्टेप में आप उसका फंक्शन बनाओगे. Is that clear? I think everybody is in line. Now, as I have told you, from this particular algorithm, these are the most important part of the given algorithm. Therefore, bear in mind, or you should remember this. First, copy these 2 formulas. Fi to Gj if S, this is also an equal here. This is also an equal here. Please copy these 2 formulas. पहले ग्राफ बनाने से पहले आपको ये 2 फॉर्मूला कॉपी करने हैं, आपको याद रखने हैं. किया? Now, to draw this particular graph, look at the first step of the given algorithm. Draw a directed graph with two nodes labeled as F1, F2, F3 to Fn and G1, G2, G3 to Gn. आपका ओपियम मैट्रिक्स देखना है आपको. आपके ओपियम मैट्रिक्स में जो रोज है, ID फर्स्ट रो, प्लस इज इन सेकेंड रो, स्टार इज इन थर्ड रो, and dollar is the fourth row. Similarly, column wise it is ID plus star and dollar. Now, what are these F nodes and G nodes? The rows which are being defined into the matrix will be called as an F rows. So we have to construct F1, F2, F3. Look at this particular matrix. The rows
Ma'am,
will be
slide
now
is on,
named
ma'am.
as. Huh?
Slide is not visible, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just reload it. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just reload the slide. Is it visible? Is it visible now?
Yes.
Come down here.
No,
So
not
we were here.
No, ma'am.
not visible.
नहीं आ रहा है?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, maybe because that image is creating a problem here. 1 minute. अभी भी नहीं आ रहा है?
No, ma'am.
आ रहा है कि नहीं?
नहीं.
Okay.
Now visible.
Is it now?
Yes.
Now visible, ma'am.
Now, look at this particular thing. We were discussing about this algorithm. So first thing, you have to see the F nodes and the G node. So to look at the F nodes and the G nodes, look at the opium matrix you people must have drawn. So F, you have rows, which is ID plus star and dollar, as I've told you earlier. Similarly, you have in columns ID plus star and dollar. Now, based on this particular concept, we are supposed to define the F nodes and the G node. Now, the F nodes are basically called as row nodes. You can write it down beside the solution. F nodes are basically your row nodes, and G nodes are basically your column nodes. So when I look at this particular algorithm, it is F1, F2, F3. तो आपके कितने रोज है? ओपीएम मैट्रिक्स है ना आपके सामने, कितने रोज है आपके? कितने नोड्स, कितने रोज है ओपीएम मैट्रिक्स में? Can somebody reply? How many rows
4.
are there?
4.
4. So how many F nodes will be constructed?
4.
How many F nodes will be constructed?
4.
4. So F1, F2, F3 and F4, 4 nodes. How many columns are there? It is a square matrix, so columns are also 4.
4.
So how many G
4.
nodes will be constructed? 4 G nodes. That is G1, G2, G3
4.
and G4. समझ में आया? लेकिन उस नोड्स को लिखना कैसा है और बनाना कैसा है? ये स्लाइड दिख रहा है आपको? हाँ, अब ये बनाइए मत. I'll tell you how to do it. Now, When you say that if it is an F node and G node, F node indicates row and G node indicates column. I hope that is clear to you. By now, you know you are supposed to make 4 F nodes and 4 G nodes. Now, how to make those nodes? I have done this in a reverse order, but you can do it in a proper order. The first nodes to be created is called as an F nodes. F indicates there are 4 nodes. F indicates row. So the first row is ID. तो F1 नहीं लिखोगे आप क्या लिखोगे? 1 का वैल्यू क्या है यहाँ पे? ID. So it will be FID, F plus, F star and F dollar. If you look at here, I have drawn here FID. You have an F plus, you have an G plus or G dollar. Sorry, F dollar. So you will be creating 4 nodes related to F, and similarly you will be creating 4 nodes related to G. Now do not copy this diagram. I'll tell you how to draw this diagram. So as far as the OPN matrix is considered, कितने nodes बनाएंगे आपके पूरे ग्राफ में? कितने nodes चाहिए ग्राफ में अभी? 8 nodes. So आपका जो ग्राफ बनेगा वो 8 nodes का है. Bear in mind, why I am telling you this is because when you draw the finite output, you yourself should be able to test whether your drawn is right or wrong. अगर आपके ग्राफ में 4x4 का ही है और आपने अगर 6 या 7 नोड बनाए हैं तो आपको किसी को पूछने की जरूरत नहीं. Obviously the diagram is wrong. So if you have 4 F nodes and 4 G nodes, then there should be 8 nodes into the given graph. So this is one point to be remembered. Now how to start drawing the node? The first node that is being drawn is an F node. So पहला node आप बनाओगे FID. So ये जो यहाँ पे दिख रहा है सर्कल, ये आप कहीं पे भी बना सकते हो. मैंने उसको सीक्वेंशियल में बनाया है. आप जरूरी नहीं है सीक्वेंशियल में. आप फर्स्ट नोड ड्रॉ करो FID. To draw a node is being represented in circle. The name of the node is written inside that circle. F indicates the row. ID is the actual value of the row, that is nothing but an ID. So F का subscript आपको लिखना है ID या FID भी लिख सकते हैं, but generally it is being written as a subscript indicating that the F indicates row and ID is the value of the row. Draw किया node? Draw किया?
Yes, ma'am.
सर्कल ड्रॉ किया
Yes, ma'am.
आपने? हाँ, ये कॉपी मत कीजिए डायग्राम. देयर इज अ डिफरेंट वे ऑफ डूइंग इट. नाउ वंस यू हैव डन विद एन FID, दैट मींस यू आर एट द फर्स्ट रो. अभी ये फर्स्ट रो है आपका. ओपीएम मैट्रिक्स चेक करो, ये फर्स्ट रो है. फर्स्ट रो में ID और ID का वैल्यू आपका 0 है. 0 इन द सेंस देयर इज नो वैल्यू, तो आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. रो वाइज आपको जाना है. नेक्स्ट वैल्यू क्या है रो में? ID और प्लस. नेक्स्ट वैल्यू क्या है? ID और प्लस. नाउ प्लस क्या है? कॉलम है. और ID क्या है? रो है. Please bear in mind, this is a row value, this is a column value. So plus is a column value and that is a G value and ID is your F value. तो आपने FID बनाया है. FID with an plus is what? Greater than. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, अभी ग्रेटर देन है तो आपने रूल लिखा है. यहाँ पे रूल में आना है. आप FI to GI नोड को ड्रॉ करना है, मतलब F से नोड आपको G में लेके जाना है. तो FID आपका इधर है और आपका G नोड क्या बनेगा? अभी आपको एक नया नोड बनाना है. वो नोड का नाम क्या होगा? G प्लस, क्योंकि सेकेंड कॉलम पे हो आप और G का वैल्यू अभी क्या है? प्लस. सो इफ यू लुक एट इनटू दिस ग्रीन डायग्राम, सो आई हैव ड्रॉन एन FID to G प्लस. ये मैंने ऐसा बनाया है. आप कैसे भी आप फर्स्ट FID जहां पे बनाए हैं उसके नीचे आप सब लिखो. FID के नीचे सर्कल में लिखो F प्लस, उसके नीचे F स्टार, उसके नीचे F डॉलर. ये वर्टिकल ऑर्डर में बनाइए आप और उसके ही वर्टिकल ऑर्डर में G के नोड्स बनाइए. ये यहाँ पर वैसे नहीं बनाया है लेकिन आप बनाइए. I'll teach you how to draw that. I'll show you. So you will be drawing one below the other. Is it visible?
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
this visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, तो ये आपको ऐसे बनाना है डायग्राम, ठीक है। अब ये डायग्राम के अंदर ये जो इधर लिखा है यहाँ पे सबको आप f वैल्यू लिखिए. So the value for the first node inside this, you will be writing the first value. So the first value of this particular node is FID. So this will become FID. This will become F. क्या है next? I think F plus. Next is F is small letter, so please write it as F plus. Next will become F star, and the last one will become F dollar. The last one will become F dollar. Likha. Similarly, this will become GID. Not necessary you have to form in this way, but for simplicity do it in this way so that it is easier for you to understand. Next is G plus. Next is G star, and the last is G dollar. Is that clear? Is this graph done by? Now start connecting the edges or start connecting or constructing the graph. Look at your OPM matrix. Every time to construct an edge, you are supposed to look at an OPM matrix. अब पहला क्या है? F रो में है आप. F, तो F रो में आप कौन से रो में हो? F ID के पास है, तो आपको यहाँ पे हाईलाइट करना है और F ID का रो कैलकुलेट करना है. F ID with ID is 0. FID with a plus is greater than. So with a plus sign is G plus. तो ये G plus है और आपको arrow क्या बनाना है? F goes to G. So you will be making an arrow. You will be making an arrow which is nothing but F goes to G plus. Start making this particular arrow. F goes to G plus. Remember it should be a directed arrow क्योंकि वो arrows बाद में count करने हैं. इसके लिए क्लियर कट एरोज बनाइए. डायग्राम भी नीट बना, क्लीन एंड नीट डायग्राम होना चाहिए बिकॉज वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द प्रेसिडेंस फंक्शन. इज द फर्स्ट थिंग क्लियर टू यू? इज इट विजिबल?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. अब नेक्स्ट रो क्या है? ID with an star. ID with an star is again greater than. So the node will go from F to G star. So come down to the F ID. It will go to G star. So again F to G star. So this is F ID and this goes to G star. F to G star. Next is ID and dollar. Again it is an greater than. So FID will now go to FG dollar. So FID will now go to G dollar. FID will now go to G dollar. Is that clear? Is that clear? All the three arcs are clear to you?
Yes.
Now first row is over. We move down to the second row. Now look at the relation here. It is plus with an ID is now a less than relation. Now if it is a less than, you have to draw and reverse. In a sense, you have to now draw an arrow from G to F. Now G का वैल्यू क्या है? ID और F का वैल्यू क्या है? प्लस. सो इस डायग्राम में आप GID से लेके GID से एरो बनाओगे और वो एरो जाएगा F प्लस से. इन द प्रीवियस आपने F से G बनाया क्योंकि ये रिलेशन लेस देन है. आपको अभी G से F प्लस के लिए बनाना है. इज दैट क्लियर? इज द रूल क्लियर टू यू?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, continue further. You are supposed to complete this graph quickly. Plus with an plus. So plus with an plus is greater than. So F plus to G plus. The next arrow will go from F plus to G plus. The next arrow will go from. Please do not overlap the arrows. Please draw neat diagram. ये arrow calculate करने हैं. I'm drawing it here. Therefore my arrows क्रॉस हो रहे हैं. आप प्लीज नीट डायग्राम बनाइए. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट वैल्यू क्या है? less than, plus with an star, plus with an star. I hope you are completing this diagram. I'm not drawing the further thing because once I draw it asks for an auto save and then the slide goes. आप ये ग्राफ कंप्लीट कीजिए, 5 मिनट है आपके पास, ये पूरा टेबल आपको कंप्लीट करना है. Please draw, start drawing it. You know the rule. Check this rule and start drawing it. लेस देन है तो G से करना है, ग्रेटर देन है तो F से करना है. ये मैट्रिक्स के रो वाइज डायग्राम बनाना है. Don't look at this diagram. This is drawn in a reverse order. बट ये ग्राफ आपका ऐसा नीट दिखना चाहिए, ये जो इधर हाईलाइट किया है. Start drawing it quickly. In another 5 minutes, we will see how to calculate a simple precedence operator precedence function. Do not copy this graph. This is done in a reverse order. This I have done only for simplicity to calculate. You have to do with all the 4 rows. Do not skip any row. Done? Shall we calculate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, step 2 you are supposed to write down. Once the operator precedence graph is being done, the step 2 of the solution we have to write down. Now, we can calculate, the point to be remember here is, we can calculate an operator precedence function, that is OPF, if there are no cycles in the graph. जो ग्राफ आपने बनाया है उसमें साइकिल्स होने नहीं चाहिए. अगर आपके ग्राफ में साइकिल्स आएंगे तो आप ऑपरेटर प्रेसिडेंस फंक्शन कैलकुलेट नहीं कर सकते हैं. Now what do you mean by cycle? There is a cyclic loop which is being constructed. So I hope you know what are cycles in the graph. You must have done all those things in terms of algorithms paper which you have done. I need not reiterate that. So if you look at the graph, आप ग्राफ में चेक कीजिए, आपके ग्राफ में कोई साइकिल नहीं है. साइकिल का मतलब क्या है? अगर आप FID नोड पे हो, FID से आप किसी और नोड के पास गए, सपोज G प्लस नोड के पास गए, G प्लस से आप वापस से FID के पास नहीं पहुंचे हैं, that indicates a loop and that is called as a cycle. Are there any cycles into the graph? Look at the graph which you people have drawn into your book.
No.
No cycles.
No cycle.
So before you start writing down an operator precedence function, so step 2 of the solution you have to write down, there is no cycles into the given graph and therefore an operator precedence function can be constructed. There are no cycles. See, remember, this is an important point to be remembered and to be written as a part of a solution. There are no cycles into the graph and therefore an operator precedence function can be constructed. लिखा?
Yes, ma'am.
अब जैसे ही आपने ऑपरेटर प्रेसिडेंस फंक्शन कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो, अभी आपको ये ग्राफ ट्रैवर्स करना है या ये ग्राफ में आपको देखना है लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ आपको ढूंढना है. आपको क्या ढूंढना है? लॉन्गेस्ट पार्ट. नाउ लॉन्गेस्ट पार्ट आप कैसे ढूंढेंगे? आपका पहला जो f वैल्यू है वो FID है और f फंक्शन है और G इंडिकेट्स कॉलम, सो G का पहला वैल्यू क्या है? GID है. So FID and GID. So first element आप क्या लिखोगे? FID. So write it down only FID. Now to write down a path into the graph, I'll show you how to write. So write down, once you have written there are no cycle into the graph, Now write down, you are supposed to calculate and operate. तो पहला वैल्यू क्या है आपका FID. आपको स्टार्ट FID से करना है. आपको लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ ढूंढना है. आई एम अगेन रिपीटिंग, लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ. So you are starting with an FID. जो जो एलिमेंट्स उस पाथ के अंदर आएंगे या जो जो नोड्स उसके अंदर आएंगे आप उसको ऐड करोगे और नेक्स्ट जगह पे जाओगे. नाउ FID के पास जाइए. हाँ, FID से आप कहाँ जा सकते हो? FID से आप कहाँ जा सकते हो?
G plus G star.
हाँ, लेकिन आपको एक सर्कल में घूमना है. आपको एक सर्कल में घूमना है. So look at the, I am reading the value. See whether you are able to understand this. From FID, I can go to G star. From an FID, I can go to G star. Correct?
Yes.
आपको लॉन्गेस्ट
Yes.
पाथ ढूंढना है.
Yes.
FID से I can go to G star. Do you agree to this?
Yes, ma'am.
From G star, आपने जहां पर पहुंचे हैं, from G star, see FID से, I will tell you how to read it. I'll make it more simple. FID से you can either go to G plus, you can go to G star, or you can go to G dollar. Now, do you agree to this?
Yes, ma'am.
आपको FID से आउटकमिंग आर्क्स देखने हैं. FID से 3 आर्क्स आपने ड्रॉ किए हैं. एक आर्क जाता है G प्लस को, एक आर्क जाता है G स्टार को, और एक एज जाता है G डॉलर को. इतना तो आया है डायग्राम में.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, अब ये तीनों आप FID से आप ये तीनों चीजों को एक्सेसिबल कर सकते हो, लेकिन आपको लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ ढूंढना है. अब लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ ढूंढने के लिए यू हैव टू राइट सेवरल पाथ्स, देन ओनली यू विल गेट अ लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ. तो नाउ FID से आई एम टेकिंग, यू कैन स्टार्ट विथ एनी पाथ. So if I take with an FID, I go to G star. From G star, I can go down to F plus. Do you agree? हाँ या ना?
Yes, ma'am.
समझ में आ रहा
Yes,
है?
ma'am.
देखिए, आपके
Yes,
पास
ma'am.
होगा कि आपके पास बहुत सारे इसके सॉल्यूशंस है. आपको लॉन्गेस्ट सॉल्यूशन लेना है. ओके, फाइन. राइट इट डाउन वेरियस सॉल्यूशंस सो दैट यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. फर्स्ट, यू आर एट FID. First, are you aware with
Yes.
FID? Yes. FID से first
Yes.
I am going to G plus. So I am adding a node G plus here. Correct? मैंने
Yes,
लिखा है स्क्रीन पे. अब
Yes.
G plus पे आप हो. G plus से आप कहाँ जा सकते हो? आपके डायग्राम में चेक कीजिए. G plus से आप कहाँ जा सकते हो?
F dollar.
F dollar. So the next node I am adding here is F dollar. ठीक है? Do not write, क्योंकि ये रॉन्ग सोल्यूशन है. आई विल टेल यू. FID से G प्लस गए, G प्लस से F डॉलर. अब F डॉलर से आगे जा सकते हो क्या आप? F डॉलर से कोई नोड है?
No,
कोई
ma'am.
एज है क्या?
No, ma'am.
No, there is no outgoing edge.
There is no outgoing edge. That means we are stopped. So FID, G plus and F डॉलर. आपको लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ देखना है. अभी FID विद G प्लस ये पाथ आपको मिला. ठीक है? अब FID से आप दूसरे लोकेशन पे जा सकते हैं, वो है G स्टार. सो आई एम टेकिंग द नेक्स्ट पाथ. कौन सा पाथ है? G स्टार. डू यू अग्री? FID से G स्टार जा सकते हैं. आपने ड्रॉ किया है, सबको मिला है
Yes,
FID
ma'am.
टू G स्टार एज. ठीक है. अब आप जिस नोड के पास जाते हो उससे आपको आगे बढ़ना है. तो अभी आप G स्टार में हो. G स्टार से आप नेक्स्ट कहाँ जाते हो? हाउ मेनी
plus.
आर्क्स आर देयर विद G स्टार?
F plus.
दो है. एक F डॉलर को जाता है और एक F प्लस को जाता है.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, तो फर्स्ट आई विल डू विथ एन F डॉलर. ठीक है? इज दैट क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
अभी F डॉलर के बाद F डॉलर से तो आगे नहीं जाता है, तो वी हैव स्टॉप्ड हियर. दिस इज एन वन मोर पाथ. डू यू अग्री टू दिस पाथ?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. अब नेक्स्ट FID से आपका नेक्स्ट पार्ट ढूंढो. FID से नेक्स्ट जो एरो जाता है वो है
G star.
G star, which we have already taken. Next I will take, the next value is G प्लस, बराबर ना? FID से G प्लस को भी जाता है.
Yes.
So I have written G plus. Now, within G plus, what are the suitable values you can reach to? Within G plus, you can go to F dollar.
F dollar.
Yes. Within G plus, we can go to F dollar. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
अभी और
Ma'am,
कोई
we did that in the
आर
path-
और कोई आर
path
से के
is-
एफ से तीनों थे, तीनों आपने यूज किए.
Actually, we have not taken the path for F dollar. Sorry, we have not taken dollar.
In the sense,
We took the first and the third case same. Actually, we have to take G dollar one case. The last FID goes to G dollar.
But there is no path from G dollar to
yes, there is no
any
problem.
other.
FID to G dollar है ना यहाँ पे.
Yes, there is a path. Yes.
हाँ. So F से कितने कितने पास ज्वाइन किए हैं? FID goes to G plus goes to F dollar. Do you agree?
Yes.
Do you agree to that?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
FID goes to G plus goes to F dollar. Look at the diagram. आपने डायग्राम बनाया है, इसके लिए आप ही आपका डायग्राम रीड कर सकते हो. आई कैन ओनली ट्रेस द एजेस फॉर यू. सो FID से G प्लस को गया, G प्लस से आप F डॉलर के पास आए. F डॉलर से आप आगे मूव कर सकते नहीं हो. इसके लिए आपका फर्स्ट पाथ है FID goes to G plus goes to F dollar. Do you agree to this path, everybody? And everybody has got this path?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, with an FID, there is one more car. With an FID, there is an one arc which is going to G dollar. FID से आप डायरेक्टली G डॉलर को जा सकते हो. इसके लिए आपका नेक्स्ट पाथ जो मैंने ऐड किया है, दैट इज FID goes to G dollar. Everybody is getting that path?
Yes, ma'am.
G डॉलर से आप आगे नहीं जा सकते हो. इसके लिए we have to stop the part then and there. Done?
Yes, ma'am. Done.
हाँ. अभी आपका थर्ड एरो जो FID से जाता है, वो किसको जाता है? थर्ड एरो G स्टार को जाता है. करेक्ट?
Yes, ma'am.
So we are now doing the third node of FID. So FID goes to G star. Now from G star, look at G star node. There are how many outgoing arrows from G star? अब जिस नोड के पास हो उसके outgoing arcs आपको देखने हैं. अब G star के पास आ जाइए. G star के पास से कितने outgoing arcs है?
Two.
Two outgoing.
एक किसको जाता है? F डॉलर को जाता है. इसके लिए I have added FID to G star goes to F dollar. Do you agree to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the moment you have reached to F dollar, you cannot go further. Therefore, no more further paths can be calculated. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Abhi, 1 minute. I'll just make this. Can you see on the screen those paths I have written?
Yes, ma'am.
अब ये पाथ में आपको नेक्स्ट पाथ ऐड करना है जो भी पॉसिबल है. अब नेक्स्ट क्या है? FID से यू कैन गो टू G स्टार, बट G स्टार का
Yes.
एक एरो F डॉलर के पास जाता है जो आपने कैलकुलेट कर दिया है. लेकिन G स्टार का
Yes.
और एक एरो है जो F प्लस को जाता है. बराबर?
Yes.
हाँ.
Yes.
तो आप
Yes, ma'am.
स्टार के बाद नेक्स्ट वैल्यू क्या ऐड करोगे? F प्लस. Do you agree to this?
Yes, ma'am.
तो F प्लस पे आए. अभी आप
Yes.
कौन से नोड पे आए? F प्लस. अभी जैसे ही आप F प्लस के पास आए, F प्लस के कितने आउटगोइंग आर्क्स है?
दो.
Two.
दो. एक
Two.
कहाँ पे जाता है? G प्लस को, और एक कहाँ पे जाता है?
Yes.
G डॉलर को.
G
G
dollar.
dollar. G.
अगर आप G डॉलर लोगे तो आपका पाथ वहीं पे एंड हो जाएगा. बराबर।
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
लेकिन अगर
Yes,
आप
ma'am.
G प्लस लोगे, अगर आप G प्लस लोगे, तो if I add G plus here after F plus, if I choose a path G plus, then there are possibility I get more nodes to be added. आपको longest path ढूंढना है, बराबर।
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ,
Yes, ma'am.
तो अगर मैंने G प्लस ऐड किया तो G प्लस से आउटगोइंग आर्क एक है जो है $F।
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
यस, सो आप ये नोड G प्लस के बाद आप नेक्स्ट नोड ऐड कर सकते हो $F। Obviously after $F you cannot go anything further, so that is being added. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, अगर
Yes,
आपने
ma'am.
G प्लस नहीं लिया, अगर आपने G प्लस नहीं लिया और अगर आपको दूसरा नोड लेना है तो आपका G प्लस ऐड नहीं होगा और आपका ये $F ऐड होगा। Do you agree? Do you agree to this?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, तो कितने पॉसिबल सॉल्यूशंस आपको F के मिले पाथ?
4.
5. One is the biggest.
5.
दिख रहे हैं स्क्रीन के ऊपर?
Yes, ma'am.
ये सारे पॉसिबल सॉल्यूशंस है FID से,
Yes, ma'am.
ये सारे हैं। डू यू अग्री टू, एवरीबडी अग्री टू दिस?
Yes, ma'am.
अब जब, क्योंकि आपको स्टार्टिंग में करना था, मैंने आपको सारे सॉल्यूशंस लिख के बताए। ये सारे सॉल्यूशंस FID से जाते हैं, लेकिन आपको सिर्फ एक ही सॉल्यूशन लेना है जो सॉल्यूशन लॉन्गेस्ट नोड ऐड करता है। अब ये जो सारे स्क्रीन पे दिख रहे हैं उसमें से लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ किसके पास है? नंबर
Fourth one.
फोर्थ वन। दिस इज द लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ।
Yes, ma'am.
This is the longest path. Yes.
Yes.
So what I want to tell you here is, ये 4 पाथ सॉल्यूशन आप ढूंढने से अच्छा जब आप ये डायग्राम चेक करोगे, आपको ये 4 सॉल्यूशन ढूंढने की जरूरत नहीं है। आप ये डायग्राम चेक कीजिए और आप बाय डू, इट विल बी कमिंग बाय प्रैक्टिस ओनली। आपको ये पाथ ढूंढना है इस ग्राफ के अंदर, यही इस प्रोग्राम का इंपॉर्टेंट है। और दिस इज व्हाट द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ द ग्राफ इज। यू विल गो टू FID, यू विल गो टू FID। आप यहाँ पे देखिए, ये डायग्राम देखिए, आपने ड्रॉ किया हुआ डायग्राम सिंपल है, आपको बहुत विजिबल है। अगर FID से मैंने G प्लस के पास गए, G प्लस से मैं सिर्फ $F के पास जा सकती हूँ, तो 3 ही नोड दिख रहे हैं, देखिए आपके डायग्राम में, बराबर?
Yes, ma'am.
बराबर ना? तो ये 3 नोड लेके
Yes.
कुछ मतलब नहीं होगा, आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा नोड ऐड करने हैं। इसके लिए अगर मैंने सेकंड नोड सिलेक्ट किया FID, तो FID से आई कैन गो टू G स्टार। G स्टार से अगर मैंने $F लिया तो अगेन इट विल बिकम अ शॉर्ट पाथ। इसके लिए FID से आई विल गो टू G स्टार, G स्टार से आई विल गो टू F प्लस से आई विल गो टू G प्लस से आई विल गो टू $F। ये आपको खुद से डिफाइन करना है। अगर नहीं आता है तो आप ये सारे पाथ लिख सकते हो, बट इट विल टेक मोर टाइम। आर यू गेटिंग इट? समझ में आया?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
इट विल कम ओनली बाय
Yes.
प्रैक्टिस। तो दिस इज द लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ। तो अभी आपके सॉल्यूशन में आप एक काम कीजिए, ये चारों 5 जितने भी 5 पाथ लिखे हैं हमने, वो पांचों के 5 कॉपी कीजिए, लेकिन आपको फाइनल यही पाथ चाहिए। आपके सॉल्यूशन में मत लिखिए, साइड में लिखिए। सॉल्यूशन में सिर्फ यही पाथ लिखिए आप, नहीं तो फिर इट विल बिकम कंफ्यूजिंग। साइड में आप लिखिए कि FID से आपने ये सारे पाथ ढूंढे हैं और ये लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ आपको वो सॉल्यूशन में लिखना है। तो जहाँ पे आपने लिखा है कि देयर आर नो ग्राफ्स इनटू द गिवन, देयर आर नो साइकिल्स इनटू द गिवन ग्राफ एंड देयरफॉर द ओपीएम फंक्शन इज, तो पहले लिखिए FID goes to G star, goes to F plus, goes to G plus, goes to $F। और ये सारा आप साइड में लिखिए सो दैट यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि ये कैसे कैलकुलेट हुआ है। किया?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, अब आप क्या मुझे GID का लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ बता सकते हो? क्या आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो GID का
Yes,
लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ? हाँ,
Yes.
you have 5 minutes,
Yes, ma'am.
please. ये मैंने बहुत पाथ यहाँ पे लिखे हैं, आपको ये सब लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप मुझे GID का लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ बताइए. चलो, you have 5 minutes with you. We will quickly wind up क्योंकि ये जैसे ही कंप्लीट होगा आपका टेबल बनने का इजी हो जाएगा. GID का लॉन्गेस्ट पार्ट उस डायग्राम में ढूंढिए और बताइए. आपको अगर नहीं समझ में आता है तो आप ये सारे पाथ्स भी लिख सकते हो और मुझे फाइनल लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ से ही इंटरेस्ट है. सो यू विल गिव मी द लॉन्गेस्ट पार्ट विद GID. Slowly, please read your diagram. The most important part is reading your own diagram. क्योंकि आपने ड्रॉ किया है. Therefore, diagrams have to be neatly drawn. Arrows should be neatly pointed. You have to give me GID longest path. You can calculate as many paths as you want, but you have to give me the longest path. You have 5 minutes with you.
Ma'am, got the longest path.
Now wait, 5 minutes are there. 2-3 minutes more. People are calculating it.
Even I got.
So we have 1 more minute to go, and then we will discuss the longest path.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So shall we calculate? So we are at GID. So from GID, can I
Ma'am.
go to F star?
PPT is not visible, ma'am.
Is it visible now?
No.
No. Let me stop this and I'll reload it. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
So look at the graph. We will start looking at the solution. So आपका GID का longest solution आपको ढूंढना है. First longest part is from GID. Can I go to F star? I'm talking only about the longest route. You must have got a several route or you must have directly calculated it. I'm just writing the longest route. GID to F star. From F star, it is going to G star.
G star.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
F star is G star. From G star, the next
F
value
plus.
is F plus.
F plus.
Plus.
Yes. From F plus, the next value is G plus.
G plus.
Correct? And the last
Again,
value is
F
F dollar.
$5.
dollar.
The last value is F dollar. मिला? ये longest path है GID का. मिला सबको? नहीं मिला तो लिख लीजिए GID goes to F star goes to G star goes to F plus goes to G plus, and G plus goes to F dollar. This is the longest path. तो आपके सॉल्यूशन पे जहां पे भी आपने FID का लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ लिखा है उसके नीचे आप GID का लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ लिखिए. सॉल्यूशन में जिसको भी GID का लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ नहीं मिला है, आई हैव हाइलाइटेड ऑन द स्क्रीन. Write that, but please calculate. Learn to calculate. And this can only be done if you start solving the examples which are being given to you. One fine day in the exam, if somebody asks you to calculate, नहीं आएगा आपको ये practice से ही problems आने वाले हैं. Please bear in mind. So in the solution, after you have written down your FID path, below that you write down your GID path. The GID path I have highlighted on the screen. Those who have got, very good. You hope you know how to calculate now. Is that clear? Shall we move ahead further?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Longest path, FID and GID are there as a part of your solution.
Yes, ma'am.
Write down step 3 of the solution now. The step 3 of the solution, operator precedence function. Step 3 of the solution का heading है operator precedence function. operator precedence function. Now, to create an operator precedence function, we have to create a table. Look at here, I have created a table. The table consists of two rows called as an F rows, which stands for your basically the rows which you have done into the OPM matrix, and G indicates a column which is nothing but a column of an OPM matrix. लेकिन OPM function basically is a table which consists of two rows F and G. तो ये टेबल यहाँ पे बनाना है आपको. रो क्या है? F और G, और कॉलम्स आपके ऑपरेटर्स है ID प्लस स्टार एंड डॉलर. इसके एंट्रीज कैसे फिलअप करना है, दैट आई विल टीच यू. बट ड्रॉ द टेम्पलेट ऑफ दिस टेबल. इज द टेम्पलेट क्लियर? The table or the function will consist of two rows. Any function will consist of only two rows, क्योंकि आपने दो ही फंक्शन बनाए हैं, F function and G function. F rows और G rows के जगह पे आप उसको F function और G function बोल सकते हो. और F function और G function आपको किसका बनाया है? आपने सारे ऑपरेटर्स का बनाया है. इसके लिए आपके कॉलम्स उस टर्मिनल सिंबल से या ऑपरेटर्स है ID प्लस स्टार एंड डॉलर. इज द टेम्पलेट ऑफ द टेबल क्लियर टू यू? हाउ टू ड्रॉ द टेम्पलेट?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, how to fill up the entries of this table? To fill up the entries of this table, you have to refer to step 2 of the solution, जहाँ पे आपने longest path लिखे हैं. मैंने स्लाइड के ऊपर दोनों longest path हाईलाइट किए हैं. आपको यहाँ पे एंट्री ढूंढना है. अभी F रो का आपको पहला एंट्री क्या ढूंढना है? ID. लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ में जाइए. F ID से आप कितने नोड्स पे जा सकते हो? G स्टार, F प्लस, G प्लस एंड F डॉलर. कितने नोड हुए?
2, 3, 4.
4.
4. Oh,
So
yes.
ID value becomes 4. समझ में आया? F with an ID will now become 4. Is that clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now we have to next fill up the next row, next column, F with an plus. F plus कहाँ पर है? यहाँ पर है. बराबर? हाँ या ना?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. F प्लस से लॉन्गेस्ट पाथ क्या है? G प्लस और F डॉलर. अगर आप F प्लस यहाँ पे भी देखोगे तो आपको G प्लस और F डॉलर आएंगे. कितने नोड्स है F प्लस से आगे?
2 nodes.
2 nodes. Therefore, the value of F with plus is 2. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I will do one more for you and then you have to fill up the table. F with a star. F star किधर है? इधर है. पाथ में आपको F star ढूंढना है. F star इधर है. F star का longest node क्या है? 1, 2, 3 and 4. समझ में आया?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, तो F with an star will now become 4. And F with an dollar. F with an dollar के आगे कोई भी नोड नहीं
Zero.
है, इसलिए वो 0 बन गया है. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'll just remove this. You people have to give me the G row. Quickly give me the G row. You know how to calculate. Longest path आपके सामने है. आप मुझे G row के values दीजिए. I purposely removed that slide. You calculate and then I'll show you the answer for that particular slide. You have 2 to 3 minutes with you.
Ma'am, if there is no value, then what to do?
0, 0.
Yes,
No
because
value.
there is no value for G dollar.
There is no value for G dollar ना, तो that will 0.
Okay,
नोड ही
okay.
नहीं है ना ग्राफ में.
Yes, yes, yes.
हाँ, तो वो 0 है, 0 है.
Okay.
Done?
Done.
हाँ, now
Yes.
tell me what is the GID? GID का वैल्यू क्या मिला?
5.
5.
G प्लस का वैल्यू क्या मिला?
1.
1,
1.
G स्टार का वैल्यू क्या मिला?
3.
3.
3.
3. और G डॉलर का वैल्यू क्या मिला?
0.
0.
0. हाँ, so जिसको भी ये वैल्यू मिले वो राइट है. G वैल्यू ऑफ ID is plus, ID is 5, G of plus is 1, G of star is 3 and G of dollar is 0. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ना ये ओपियम मैट्रिक्स का साइज देखो और फंक्शन टेबल का साइज देखो, है कोई डिफरेंस उसमें? है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
उसका कैलकुलेशन देखो और इसका कैलकुलेशन देखो. सो व्हाट विल हैपन इज, जैसे ये फंक्शन टेबल आपने कंस्ट्रक्ट किया, ये जो ओपियम मैट्रिक्स है, you can give away this particular opium matrix or you can remove this particular opium matrix and save only this operator precedence function. So this entire matrix के जो भी ये values हैं यहाँ पर, it is being now saved into this particular table. Now important thing to remember here is the size of this table now is 2n. That was 0, that is O(n) square. This is 2n. The size of the table have drastically changed compared to the matrix which you have seen here. This has becoming 1 into 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 cross 4 matrix. Look at this. This is only a table of 2 rows and 4 columns. 2 constant ही रहने वाला है, बराबर ना, क्योंकि दो ही फंक्शन है f और g.
Yes, ma'am.
तो इसके लिए वो 2 आया, और n जितने भी आपके जितने भी आपके टर्मिनल्स आएंगे उतने आपको कॉलम्स बनाने हैं. सो दैट विल देयरफॉर द साइज ऑफ द टेबल इज 2n. वहां पे आपका साइज ऑफ द टेबल क्या बनता है? n स्क्वायर. जितना भी आपको रोज है उतने आपको कॉलम्स बनाने हैं. इज द आइडिया क्लियर?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
Now the point to be remembered here is the blank entries will be called as an error. Now the important point to remember here is the error detection capability of relation table is always greater than your function table. तो इसका जो error का जो part है, this can be handled more correctly than compared. So obviously there are certain advantages and there are certain disadvantages also, but since we are looking in terms of size of the table, this is more compact compared to this particular table. Is the idea clear? Remember, this 2 which is being written here is a constant one, and thus only n changes here, whereas in the case of this matrix both the size of m and n both changes simultaneously. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Is the operator precedence function clear to you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
If everything is clear to you, quickly take this operator precedence डायग्राम मैट्रिक्स जो यहाँ पे दिखाया गया है. ये मैट्रिक्स को आप कॉपी कीजिए या कुछ भी कीजिए. ये मैट्रिक्स का आपको ऑपरेटर प्रेसिडेंस ग्राफ बनाना है. ये आपका होमवर्क है या ये आपका थिंग आपको सपोज टू बी डन टुडे and post the solution. Please, students who have yet not done, start doing it. I am again and again repeating it. इसका फोटो लीजिए या जो भी आपको लेना है. इसका आपको OPF बनाना है, ऑपरेटर प्रेसिडेंस फंक्शन आपको बनाना है. आपको रूल पता है, आपको इसका सब कुछ पता है. इवन दो द ग्रामर इज नॉट गिवन टू यू, you still can make an operator precedence graph of this particular OPM matrix. These are the operator precedence relations given to you. कॉपी किया? एक चीज बराबर से कॉपी कीजिए. यहाँ पे इक्वल सिंबल है. हाँ, इक्वल इक्वल है. ओपन ब्रैकेट और क्लोज ब्रैकेट के बीच में इक्वल है. मैंने आपको रूल बताया है, प्लीज बेयर इन माइंड. अगर इक्वल आता है तो आपको 2 एरो बनाना है. एक F to G आप बनाएंगे और आपको G to F भी वो एरो बनाना है, क्योंकि एल्गोरिदम में इक्वल दोनों जगह पे दिया है. So please bear in mind there is an equal into this particular relation. There is one equal. So remember, I'll tell you, you have to draw F open bracket से G close bracket को आपको एक एरो बनाना है, और G close bracket से F open bracket के लिए भी आपको एरो बनाना है. ये equal के लिए please bear in mind there is an equal here in the given algorithm. So if it is an equal, you have to draw an arc from both the sides, from F to G and G to F. And please do not draw a double edge one arc. आपको सिंगल आर्क ही बनाना है. आप यहाँ पे भी एज बनाओगे और यहाँ पे भी एज बनाओगे, और बोलोगे कि ये F to G गया है और G to F गया है, तो that is wrong. It is a single directed graph. Otherwise, then it will form a loop. So please do not do that mistakes when you are having this particular example. Is that clear? Students who have yet not completed any of the exercise, please start doing those exercise. कॉपी किया? आपको इसका ओपियम फंक्शन बना के मुझे भेजना है आज शाम तक. Tomorrow we will see the values of those particular function. Is that clear to everybody?
Yes.
Is that clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
So we'll stop here. Tomorrow we will start with top down parser. Remember, we have bottom up parser ka ek variant LR parser family is still remaining. We'll do it later on because it's a huge family. We have 4 parsers to go. So I'll start with a top down parser tomorrow. But prior to that, we will see the solution of this tomorrow, and then we'll go to top down parser. So tomorrow we'll meet at again 11:30. Please solve and come. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow at 11:30.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you upload the PPT?
Can I?
Can you upload the PPT on the CN?
Okay, I'll do that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. See
Thank
you
you, ma'am.
tomorrow at 11:30 with the questions.
Okay.